Hey, Life Point Church, miss you guys so much. I never would have thought how impacted I would be by not being able to gather regularly and see you and worship with you. And they say you don't know what you've got until you've lost it, and how truly precious our church family is and community. And I can't wait for the day that we can be back together and gather and worship. But I wanted to share with you today why I am thankful because of coronavirus. I'm sure you are very diligent about praying before meals. My family and I, every time we sit down to eat, we're consistent in praying. But I think the question that we should ask ourselves, or at least I've been asking myself recently, is in all those prayers, are we thoroughly, truly, genuinely thankful from our hearts to God for what's in front of us? Or are we just shooting off a quick ritualistic, spiritual kind of rubber stamp for our meal just so that we don't feel guilty when we eat it? And unfortunately for me, I think I fall into the category of the latter more than the former. But what I've noticed recently is that my prayers have been much more genuine, much more thankful to God for our meals. And I think the reason is because of just the craziness of this virus, the uncertainty of what is happening, and will there be grocery stores in 4 weeks or 8 weeks? And so I've found that though the words that are coming out of my mouth are the same, the disposition of my heart is different. And the Lord has convicted me because of all of the little things, like food every night on the dinner table, I have taken for granted. I have just assumed that they will always be there. And James 1:17 says that every good and perfect gift comes from above, sent down from the Father of heavenly lights. And we are just blessed. We are just blessed immensely by this gracious God. And yet, so much of what He gives us we take for granted, and we give no true thanks to Him. And so now, in the midst of all this, I look around and how different my heart is towards the walls here in my home that protect my family, or the clean water we get to drink, the health of my kids as they run around and they laugh and they play, and the meals that we get to eat every single day. And so I want to challenge you, as I've been challenged, to look around. In the midst of all the crazy, look around and be thankful for all of the blessings, especially the little ones that you would normally take for granted, and praise God for them, because each of them come directly from His hands. And let your thankfulness return to the Lord in rejoicing in worship, because He is a good God who loves to bless His children.